demonetized?
As it turns out, I don't want to get
No.
demonetized. No, that's correct.
Oh,
So we'll
That
give
sucks.
that makes you a poser.
we'll give Ko a little bit to make his way downtown, but otherwise we'll just kind of hang out. I mean, we can also do, once some people start showing up, we could do the introductory bit as well. I know, Dana, you were talking about doing
Introductory
that.
helicopter nature shot.
Yeah.
Are we giving our character introductions again for stream?
we're
Not in the strictest
doing-
sense. I want people to learn about your characters as things go on.
Yeah, so for the beginning of the stream, we're probably gonna do a really quick around the table. You do your name, your race, your class, and
Please
then
give your
it
name for
moves
the
on to
benefit of the
next
court.
person. Yeah, basically. Give your basic information and
For
move
the
on.
record. Please speak your name for the court record.
That's right.
It's so
Okay, how many of our characters have been involved in lawsuits is the question.
At least one.
Yeah.
I can tell you that mine definitively has not.
Wait, who's involved in a lawsuit?
Probably
You!
What? No,
you criminal scum.
I'm awaiting
I'm
trial.
suing.
I'm awaiting
Hey,
trial.
lawsuits
Waiting
are
trial.
for civil trials, not criminal ones.
Innocent till proven guilty.
Very
I don't know if it applies
Might
here.
be.
Oh my god.
Oh, you made it? Nice!
On mysterious 6th.
Does that even
Yeah,
apply
that must have been
here?
a
I don't
short
know.
wedding funeral.
Can't believe it.
It was a
Funeral
very
wedding
short
funeral.
wedding funeral.
It was a small, very short.
Let's just say there's going to be a lot more funerals after the end of that funeral. That's why it was so short.
Oh wow.
Alright.
Okay.
A long line.
Alright, whenever everyone gets a second here, whenever everyone has hopped onto Roll20, we'll begin the official, like,
Oh yeah,
start,
right. I'm supposed
because
to know that.
we are live. So in the meantime, I'm just going to talk to chat.
TV?
Not yet. But they can hear you. So, kind of. You're on radio.
This fucking sucks.
Okay,
let's speak to
chat.
chat.
What's your favorite die? What's your favorite die? This is a very important.
Hi 60, hi Gonzalo, hi Stupogo. Nice to see you guys in. We're gonna have a little brief recap of our session 0 in a little bit here. And for everyone who's tuning in, I will also explain something that you guys can do to assist our players. Is everybody in Roll20?
Yes, sir.
Looks like it. All right.
I think so.
So, I'm going to go ahead and pull this up here. Okay. So, to start things off, why don't we get that recap going of session 0, Dana?
Let's do our introductions for characters first, actually.
Okay. Sounds good.
So I'll start since I guess I'm kind of leading everything here. I will be playing Arazoth. I am a dwarf, and I am playing a Stone Lord Paladin.
Whoever wants to go next.
I'll go next. I will be playing Meredith, a half-elf druid.
Oh. I'll be playing Thalia, a drow inquisitor oracle.
My name is Colt. I'm playing a musket master.
Alright. I don't know. I think I might be the last one. I am Veer, and I am playing a human fighter by the name of Kastu.
Is that everyone?
I'm not playing apparently because that was the last one.
Vika needs to do
Okay.
his.
No, that was the last one. He said it himself.
I said it was that. It was a question. Now
Yes.
speak,
No,
asshole.
I will be playing Vico, a human vigilante.
Who has certainly never committed a crime.
All right.
I don't commit crimes.
Hey,
That's
vigilante. Vigilante means vigilante justice, not vigilante crime fighting. Sorry, crime.
Ooh, fair.
How about a vigilante recap?
All right, let's get into this. I have a full story for us written here. Alright. Our story begins in the Adventurers Guild in the town of Geed. A couple of members of our party, and maybe one or two others, sit around the room in various seats. Some brooding quietly in corners, others looking around for a bulletin board. Suddenly, a round dwarf bursts through the doors and into the room. His shoulder is bloodied and he looks rough, but not in any immediate danger. A half-elf named Meredith walks up and she asks him, "Are you okay, sir? You look hurt." The dwarf, Arazoth, replies in between gasping breaths, "I've had better days, but this did hurt quite a bit." Meredith notices a scroll fastened to his belt, similar in style to the look of the ones on the notice board. She quickly helps Arazoth to a table. "Let's get you fixed up then, shall we? Then we can take a look at what you've got there." She gestures to the scroll on his hip. "Ah, yes, I am in need of some help indeed." The other nearby guild members hear that help is needed and immediately gather around the table in interest. Meredith heals his shoulder with a bright glow of light from her fingertips. "Ah, much better, thank you." Thalia stands up from a dark corner, closing her book heavily. "A waste of magic, but let's see what you have for us, guardsmen." She joins the rest of the party at the table. Arzoth places the help wanted posting out for everyone to see. At the top of the page, it reads, 5 to 6 adventurers wanted. Underneath it, there is another blurb. Foxhill in need of adventurers for a dangerous investigation. Inquire within town. Reward. Arazoth begins to speak now that he's caught his breath from running. "My shoulder was injured while dealing with a couple of bandits trying to steal from our small village. They had a gunman that was a mighty fine shot. He managed to hit our own gunslinger. I was able to get a handle on him and put him in a pair of shackles, though. The other one was able to slip away, but with only a town consisting of 3 guards, it's a bit hard to keep up with multiple suspects. One of us wounded, another out of action, and we only have one of us left to keep the town running." Arzoth strokes his beard as he speaks. He continues, "I was going to heal a bit and go investigate where the bandits came from, but in the midst of all this chaos, there was a murder in our town. I knew it. I needed to head out and get extra hands to help us right away." Thalia chimes in. "Wait, there's a murder and bandits? Is it connected? What's going on?" "Well, that's hopefully where you guys come in," Arzoth booms. Around the table, Meredith and Thalia, as well as Kostu and Vico, agree to aid Arazoth and his town in their investigation. Meredith steps up confidently and says, "Well, I guess there's no time to waste then. We should quickly make our way to Foxhill." And with that, our party makes their way to Foxhill, where our story and adventures will begin.
Okay. Very good, and thank you. If we could get a brief thanks from chat here for that lovely recap, but I will skip right ahead.
Perfect. Thanks from us. That was good. I was not expecting a full
Can we
novella.
get some snaps in chat?
Pretty good.
Thank you. I wrote that today.
Some snapping?
worked hard.
Yeah.
Very good job. Very good job.
All
Amazing
right.
recall.
So,
Love it.
with that in mind, I'll go right ahead to what chat can do before we start, because I saw
Oh,
some
shit.
people asking about it. So,
Oh no.
chat,
Snap for the great recap.
if you type in !dream assist, you will find this description. But to let you guys know once what you can do, you may have noticed that the title of this campaign is Dream Divers. With that in mind, you may surmise that occasionally the party's going to dive into some dreams. In a very literal sense, they are going to the dream plane. With that in mind, you have 2 things you can do to support the party. Both of them require you to either reach a certain amount of subs donated, or to donate an equivalent amount of money. Either will be accepted. If you do so, and the party is currently in the material plane, that is Earth, the realm that we're currently on, every single party member will gain a hero point until the end of the session. This hero point can be used to immediately aid them in a role that they have just taken, as well as for several other smaller purposes, in accordance with the hero point rules for the Pathfinder system. However, if they're in the dream plane and you meet these goals, instead they will get a random dream boon determined by me, rolled on based on what I roll. on a d20. So, with that in mind, feel free to go ahead and hit exclamation point Dream Assist if you want to hear that again, or just want a general guideline of what you can do. But otherwise, we will get started. So, just clear my throat here. Arzoth, Meredith, Thalia, Vico, and Kostu. You arrive after some time traveling. Not too long, but perhaps long enough for you to have slept a day away, in the nearby Thorpe of Foxhill. As you wearily make your way in, the daylight bleeding your eyes a little bit, you immediately notice the town is quiet. Expected of something this small, but nonetheless, it feels almost eerie with the knowledge that you have of the murder that occurred. Arzoth, you've been leading the way in, and are familiar with the area to a degree.
Can you switch the map over for me?
Yeah, I can absolutely do that. I didn't realize
Thank
I
you.
hadn't done that. There you guys go.
Fantastic.
You led them in to the side of the town where the guardhouse is in. There's also a nearby tavern if they would require any sort of rest. And the only sounds that the party hears are the whispering of the winds going on through the trees, and the occasional sound of wheels moving through the fields as the wheelbarrows travel in the hands of the workers. What would you guys like to do?
I would like to step forward and kind of gesture to everybody. Reach my hand out to the left and say, if you're interested in immediately learning more about our investigation and murder here, please head into the guard barracks here on your left. If you need a drink, refreshments, or just a lie down, we have an inn here. And he's gesturing with his right hand over to this other building.
Alright. I believe I will head towards. Was it like the guardhouse, the place with the
Yep.
information
here.
about the murder? Okay,
Yes.
yeah, I will do that.
Okay.
So,
You should be able to just, yep, there you go. You head right over there. The door looks sturdy, but it is unlocked to the touch, so you can enter right away if you would like to do so. And then I'll wait for everybody else to tell me what they want to do before we go to that.
I'll also go to the guardhouse.
Right on.
I'm certainly not going to let everybody rush into a strange building. You know, heaven forbid. You know, they could hurt themselves.
Of course, and we wouldn't want that.
No,
now it makes content.
accidents could happen. You know, tragic.
Let's stand clear of the door.
What about you, Vico? Vigo?
Muted. Yes, I will. Don't worry. I'll be muting myself accidentally the whole time. I'm also going.
Okay. Sweet. Feel free to move your token on in once you find it.
See. Oh,
If you can't move it, let me know and I will simply make you able to.
no, I'm looking for it. I'm just not experienced to having to move outside of
You're good.
combat, essentially.
Far right side.
Oh, there we go. Okay. There we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Follow everybody in.
So they, Meredith, you open the door and the others follow you in. Arzoth bringing up the rear, but eventually coming around to the other side. Um, inside, you find a single guardsman. Looks a bit on the elderly side, dressed in the typical sort of town garb that you would expect of a meager, small time guard, as well as a fairly regally dressed old man, but the clothes do not look like they suit him at all. He seems out of his depth and a little bit out of place, and despite what his beard and facial hair may attempt to hide, it is very clear that he is haggard. He is tired. They both turn to look at you as you approach. After they appeared to be, as your eyes are drawn toward it, conversing with a single prisoner who is sitting comfortably in his cell. Colt, if you would like to describe your character at this time, you may do so.
All right. Well, my character looks pretty close to what he looks like in the picture. He has I don't know what haircut he has. He wears a tricorn hat with a blue coat, as well as some really basic looking clothing and some boots. He doesn't have any of his gear on right now because he's in a prison cell, but you would assume he has actual, stuff for fighting.
Conversation we walk in on, did it seem like it was some sort of interrogation,
Yeah, what
or
were
is
we
it more
talking about?
casual?
Roll me a perception check and let's see how much you picked up.
Ooh.
Okay,
Can I do that too?
I'm somewhat good at those.
I will say it probably stopped as soon as Meredith came in the door, so just
Dang,
Meredith.
that's
Roll
what
a
I was
check.
about to
Okay.
ask.
Yeah.
Okay. You basically caught. So, with that in mind, you'll be tasked with. Oh. Well, I see you've made it back, Arzoth. Brought a bunch of strangers with you. I assume these are the
Yes.
adventurers?
I did manage to scrounge up some help, thankfully.
Good, good. Vernon, would you mind waiting outside, giving me a second to speak to these adventurers? Of course, sir. And then the guard does a quick salute and walks toward all of you and says, "Excuse me." Moves his way on through. Okay. Well then. Well met, all of you. I am the mayor of this small little town of ours. You can call me Skern. The full name is Skern Abbott, so if you're feeling fancy, Mr. Abbott will do, but Skern is preferable. I have no doubt you've already heard some of the details from our dear Arazoth.
Yes, I believe. We were tasked to come assist in investigating a murder.
Indeed. Well, to put it lightly, it is unfortunately a very difficult thing for us to solve. You would assume that the murder had to take place because of someone like, and he gestures toward the man in his cell, uh, as we were raided by this man and a bunch of hoodlums who came with him. But in fact, they somehow managed to deal very little in the way of damage at all, and everyone came out of that unscathed. However, it was during that same night that somebody else passed away. His name is Claude Dervandel, and he was an artist within our community. Now, we don't have any particular leads to go off of, but you're welcome to go around and speak with the people around the town. And, due to the dangerous nature of this in the low, Lo, man count, I have made a sort of deal with our prisoner here. Arzath, you are aware of my notions regarding prisoners.
I am.
And Colt, you recall what we discussed?
A little bit.
Then I am releasing you, Colt, under Arzath's supervision for the time being. Your supplies will be handed to you by Vernon in a nearby safe house. I will send him to fetch them for you. If you try anything, keep in mind that there are now 4 other pairs of eyes than just Arazoth's to deal with you.
Wait. Are they all against me?
Well, they're all going to be watching you if you were to attempt anything.
They are all going to be working for this town. Therefore, if you try and leave, they're under our, management. So they're gonna help us catch you.
If
I
it's
see.
any consolation, I can't see you that well in this horrible light. But
There's no such consolation in almost nothing.
Well, with that in mind, Skern produces a key, places it into the lock of the cell, and opens it. At which point, he says, Colt, you are free to join them.
Alright. I suppose I don't have a choice.
I suggest that all of you begin by speaking with Loisk at some point. He is our town's wizard of sorts. One of the only ones around here who's actually been to a college. He says he believes he has some way he can assist in this case, but wizards are what they are. You can understand my hesitation to involve magic in a case like this as well.
yeah, absolutely ridiculous. I understand.
Well, as I said, he believes he can help, though his magic of study it's dream magic. We are desperate, so I've permitted him to at least speak with all of you. Just take whatever he may say with a grain of... He pauses. Several grains of salt. With that being said, you may begin the investigation whenever you're ready. The reward is, as promised, 50 gold for each successful piece of information that you can provide, and upon completion of the task, if you are actually able to figure out who did it, 150 gold pieces for each party involved.
One question about the payment. Is that only for figuring out who exactly did it, or for bringing in the culprit?
That is for bringing the culprit to justice.
Very well.
We will consider knowing who the culprit is as a piece of information.
And the death, we're sure it was a homicide, a murder.
We are quite confident based on the stab wounds going through the victim's back.
Yeah, that would do it. That would kill
Uh,
someone.
You never know. There could have been
Someone
an
with a
epidemic
stab
of
wound through their
flying.
back generally did not die by accident.
I've seen weirder
He fell,
suicides.
officer, onto his pile of knives.
I just wanted to point out, were you about to make a joke about an epidemic of flying knives? This man is
mean-
dead.
Yes, and it's terribly tragic. But hopefully, at least, we'll be able to make sense of it all.
The mayor places his thumb and index finger between his eyes and gently rubs his temple. if you are in need of a place to stay. The tavern is not where you wish to be. They don't have any sort of back room, but they will provide you with drink. There is a local church, however, and travelers are known to sleep within the pews.
You said the murder victim was an artist, yes? I
Correct.
assume you have no knowledge of any potential motive.
Alas, we have no knowledge of any motive, no knowledge of even what weapon was used, though we assume, based on the fact that the wound appeared to be a slash wound, that it was more of a, well, we're quite confident that it wasn't like a stake or an arrow.
Short sword, perhaps.
That's too bad.
Any other burning questions before I leave you to your task?
Is there any other information you have that could be of use to us?
Well, I can say that all of the guards are likely innocent, as they were already wounded that night. It would be difficult for them to engage in the murder. Vernon was, of course, watching our prisoner. As you saw, Arazoth was wounded and wasn't even around at the moment, as he was on bed rest. And our final guard, Lily, well, she was still out cold from the wound she received. Speaking of which, Colt, you may, I'd be happy to lighten your sentence even a little bit more if you could teach her how to shoot like that.
I'll think about it. I'll see how this deal goes first.
Right. Well then, that's really all the help I can provide. But if you do come up with any other questions that you believe I may be able to answer, or find any information at all, feel free to report it to me or one of the guards. Lily should be watching over by the other side of town now, and with Colt now being freed, Vernon can assume his post on our other entrance. Arazoth, you have your duties.
Yes, sir.
Well then, whenever you're all ready.
I do have one more question, a personal one this time. Do you have any stables where I could put my horses up for the night?
Stables. We have several local fields planters. I'm quite certain that I could speak to one of the hand workers here and see if they wouldn't be willing to put your animals up. Or else, I'm sure that the tavern would be happy to at least temporarily push them up under a tree or something.
Thank you. Well then, I suppose we must be off.
I walk over to Arazoth and I ask, who has been questioned, and do they all have solid alibis?
Honestly, when it comes to questioning people, you'd probably have to talk more to Vernon. I was immediately running over to Geed where I found all of you guys whenever the murder happened, so I didn't get to stick around much for the investigation.
I turn to the mayor, who seems to still be there.
He,
Do you know of
yeah, very much so is. Hasn't
any
gone anywhere.
interrogation?
Any interrogation? Well, we haven't really confronted anyone within the town yet because we simply have no idea who it could be. Claude wasn't known to be particularly close with anyone. Only ones we've interrogated were unrelated to that task in the first place. You could try speaking with Kobrek down at the bar. He, well, he's the closest thing we have to a informant in this town. Bar is putting it lightly. He mostly serves coffee. The place is called Nakaufi, because his last name's Nakau. Is that not amusing?
It is
Thalia,
quite good.
Thalia is already walking out the door, trying not to roll her eyes too much.
DM, I'm assuming I would, since I'm a guard of this town, would know what place he resided or lived in.
Yes,
Our
it
boy
would
Claude.
be this one right here.
Fantastic.
He lived near like. Whoa. No, there was a he lived near a forge, which he used for artistic purposes, but some people in the town, you included, would occasionally use for weapon forging.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Mhm.
Mm.
I'm gonna go ahead and head out
Alright.
the door.
Okay.
Just checking. Did we get any details about like where the murder happened or how he was found?
No, you didn't ask.
Well, then I'd like to ask.
Okay. Do that.
Okay, I'm asking.
I know. I'm waiting for you to say it in a non-out of game way.
Oh, do I? Okay. Uh, well, what do we know about the condition of the victim when they were killed?
Ah, right. I suppose I should have led with that. He was found at a grave site not too far out of town, and there were 2 stab wounds. The body itself was still in otherwise fine physical condition, but one of the stab wounds pierced directly through the heart. The other was just under his right shoulder blade. The length of the weapon, or at least of the blade in question, appears to have been roughly 6 inches in diameter.
And do we know if he was killed where he was found?
We have no idea on that. We can only assume that was the case.
Well, this seems like even more of a mess than I thought it was. Goodness gracious. Well, there's no time like the present, and we have a number of people to speak to, I believe.
I'm sorry, are you... I can't quite hear you through the door.
She like she tilts her head and is very pointedly like aggravated because was not intending to speak to the mayor at all.
Oh, were you not...
She-
Perhaps were you musing to yourself? My apologies. It was loud enough for me to hear but not understand. You seem irritated, so I'm just gonna let this dog lie. I'm going to go home and make some soup.
Perhaps
Goodbye.
you should do that, sir. You have a nice day.
No. I want to know more about this. Is this a typical procedure when someone dies? You hire some people to go investigate, and then you go home and make soup.
Very suspicious.
No, just I want to know if this is regular practice. If it's common courtesy to hear someone dies and go home and make soup.
Believe it or not, we actually are making soup for the deceased. This is a local Foxhillian ritual Arazoth can confirm. I've been up all
It's like a
night
soup
researching
kitchen
the
type
damn
deal.
recipe. Now, if you'll
Alright,
excuse me.
Costu's gonna leave.
Can I sense motive that?
Yeah, you
'Cause
can. You absolutely can.
I feel the need to.
Roll sense
Good
motive.
grief. Good heavens. It's not much. It's gonna be fantastic. It's gonna be great. There we go. Oh.
Hell yeah.
The mayor is not lying. This is a Foxhillian ritual. I mean, it's very clear by his tone of voice that he's annoyed you even had to ask that question. Like, it should have been obvious. Arzoth backed him up. You know, his body language is indicating he just wants to go home and do this already because he's so tired of having to deal with this and very out of his depth.
Your lawful good guardsman here would never lie to you.
Uh-huh.
Alright, I'm going to leave now
Alright.
if you don't have further questions.
Alright, Costu walks up to Arazoth and says, I'd like to see where the murder happened. Supposedly.
Alright, well, we'll have to head out of town for that one. Though, I think before we head out of town, I would like to, stop into his house and have a look around it. See if we can find any information there.
That does seem like a good place to start.
In the meantime, I will head over to the inn and see if I can get any information out of the is it an inn or a tavern? Either way.
It's a tavern. Yeah.
Okay.
Alright,
I'm gonna head
session
to
1 and
the-
we're already splitting the party.
You're
Let's
heading
go.
over to Nakaufi.
Yeah, we're
What could
making this session
possibly go
one
wrong?
of one.
You're heading over to Nakaufi.
Yeah,
Tell
we're heading.
Tolbrak I said hello.
Of course.
Very,
I'm gonna
very
head
good.
to
Let's split the party first thing.
the tavern. Just to
late
see if I can get some information out of the tavern keep.
Sure.
If anyone wants to come with me.
So let's
My
see
charisma's bad.
let's see the order of events here. Colt, obviously you'll have to go wherever Arzoth is going.
I was say I was gonna go retrieve Colt here in a minute.
Oh no, oh no.
Arzoth, we have a bit of a problem here.
What kind of problem is that, sir?
Well, as you can see, Colt gestures to him and says, I am only a well-dressed person. I lack equipment.
Ah, that's right. We're still waiting on Vernon.
I'm back. Here's your crap. Don't go shooting the town guards again.
Again?
How do you think I got
First
the
time.
bullet hole in my shoulder to begin with?
Were you not listening? Please keep up.
As Colt Irons grabs his stuff and starts to equip his armor and weapons and gear, he's gonna say, "Look, the guard shot first. I didn't get to choose that part."
And here to think I was defending you. Tisk tisk.
Vernon looks over to Thalia, rolls his eyes, and says, You do realize that he was not the only person amongst that group, correct? Shot
course.
first is a liberal way of looking at it. He did
To
not
be
shoot
fair, they were
first, but they
stealing.
certainly did.
I'm sure whatever we find, the truth is generally a thing full of subtlety and nuance.
Nuance, he has a gun. Not a lot of nuance
had a
in
gun.
bang bang.
And that's why we're investigating the murder, and you're a town guard.
There was no bang bang, there was only a stab.
Can you roll me an intimidation check against Vernon, Thalia? I want to see if you hurt his
Good.
feelings enough.
Arzoth, you really picked out a good group to help you out here.
Well, you know, they were the only adventurers in the guild.
Okay, I'm gonna go over to Arzoth and say,
Oh,
I
these are
feel
guild
quite
members, too?
uncomfortable.
You watch as Vernon just looks at you, Thalia, grumbles to himself, and slowly walks away, going, "Fucking goddamn, it's so uncalled for. I did work real hard at this fucking job. Could doesn't even
To be
appreciate
fair,
community
Thalia,
structure.
he is the only one running this town while the rest of us run around to investigate.
Okay, hold on one
I say,
second. I
can we
had
go to
to.
the house now, please? That was I feel secondhand embarrassment for both of those people.
Oh, it's not. No,
It was enough.
he's fine.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's
oh, no.
offended. He's offended. You definitely
Oh.
hurt his
Christ.
feelings. You made him
All
leave.
Where is the house?
Uh,
I'm going to the house.
Come on, Colt, we
Hang
have
it.
an investigation to do.
That's the house.
Over there. All right, very cool.
While you guys are doing that, we'll switch over to Meredith's POV. Meredith, you walk into Nakaufi. There's a bit of a bell jingle as you step in, and you see behind the counter a very handsome tiefling man, long beard, dressed in this sort of fine green green overcoat with a yellow sash around, and a long sleeve black shirt underneath this overcoat of sorts. Um, his horns very elegantly curve along the back of his long hair, and he looks at you with piercing green eyes and a devilish grin as you enter, lifting a cup of coffee up to his lips. He takes a quick sip before putting it down and says, "Welcome to Nakaufi, stranger. What can I do for you today?"
Hmm. How much for a mug of your finest?
Mug of my finest, eh? Tell you what, we don't get folks like you around here very often. I can tell you're an out-of-towner. How about, let's say, 3 silver?
Real question: how much money do I have? Okay, enough. All right. So, flip over 3 silver.
He
We'll get him the.
gladly takes it, starts brewing you a cup. Says, "So, I take it you're not here just for the pleasantries. But if you are, you're more than welcome to stay as long as you want. I'm sure you have plenty of stories to tell. In our sleepy little town, we've only got just a few."
Oh, years worth of stories, but I'm afraid I am here not just for coffee, but also on business. I'm here to investigate the murder. Thought I'd check in for a little bit of refreshment and perhaps a bit of information if you happen to have any. I hear you're the closest thing this town has to an informant, so I thought I'd try my luck here.
He speaks over to you, back still somewhat turned as he's making the coffee. He says, "That's an interesting way for our mayor to describe a mere coffee maker, but sure, I knew the guy. Really handsome young chap. Shame he's gone. Claude would come in here every once in a while when he was working on a new portrait. Only portraits, really. Interesting guy, really devoted to his craft. Real shame to waste a face like that. Considered offering him a job here multiple times since he always seemed to be, well, a little out of sorts when it came to finances. And I liked the kid. A little quiet, but not a bad guy at all."
Would he come out of town as well?
Me or him?
Him.
Oh, he moved here a while back. Couldn't tell you exactly how long, but he was, certainly not like the other villagers here. For one, young man comes in here with an ear piercing. That doesn't happen very often. Secondly, he was wearing baggy clothes and looked perpetually tired, like he'd just rolled in from the streets of one of those large cities.
The town seems too small and quiet for him to have made any enemies who might want to kill him.
That's how I
But,
see it.
meaning if there was anyone who did it, They are probably from out of town if they had anything resembling a motive.
And at this point,
So,
the man brings over the coffee, sits it down in front of you on the counter, and says, "So that's the conclusion you've reached, huh? Very interesting."
so far, I have practically nothing to go off of anyway. My comrades are going over to investigate the place right now. I figured I'd just try here first. Though I do have some further questions. Do you know anything about him from before his time here? Did he ever talk about it much?
Oh, not too much. I think he said he used to work for some sort of college back home. Smaller one, a local college, but I don't know if I can recall the name of it. I think it started with a B.
I don't have knowledge.
Balzar,
I
Bilgar.
don't have knowledge local. Oh well.
My apologies that I can't be of more assistance.
Hmm. Knowledge though.
I believe I have knowledge local. Could I try rolling
Uh,
that?
If
Are you
it's
here?
brought up
Are
later,
you? Yeah.
I did say I wanted to go here as well, yes.
Oh, you did?
oh, that's right.
Mhm.
Vico didn't move your token.
Move.
I'm not gonna move my token for every little thing.
You have to though.
Come on, man.
It's
We
don't.
have to know where your
Part of the
character is at all
experience.
times. It's
I
hard
have
games,
to.
Unfortunately.
You gotta move your body to be somewhere, so you gotta move your token.
Okay,
Move your
I'll
body, move your
try,
mind.
but I make no promises.
Well, for the time
You
being,
will be held to
sure.
this oath.
But yes, you can attempt to roll if you were in fact there.
Okay, let me see what exactly my score is because there are a lot of numbers on this sheet.
But yeah,
Oh,
I
it's a
will,
It's a 7.
just as a general rule, try to move your token, just because it's hard for me to micromanage it all.
I
All
have
good.
guidance on him so that he can have a little bit of help on this check.
Yeah, that works.
I totally understand. Just like I said, I'm not very used to it and not
You're
very
okay.
big on it, so I'm
You're okay.
probably also gonna forget.
You're
But we'll
totally
manage
fine.
together.
Yeah, we will.
What does guidance
work
do
it
in
out.
this? Is
Guidance
it
grants you a
1d4?
+1.
You get a +1.
Okay. It's a little worse, but it's 23.
Solid.
D&D, I need to get used to this.
Okay. Total of 23. Yeah, let me DM you really quick on Discord.
Ooh, secrets.
Spicy secret content.
There you go.
I don't know what this is, Gil. Just DM me all of your IP addresses.
I don't even know what my first IP address is.
I can give you the local host if that makes you better. Makes you feel better.
You able to see it all right?
Yes,
Okay.
very much.
Awesome. Chad is very concerned about the mayor's soup right now, just so everyone knows.
It's very important.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
They're deeply focused on making sure the mayor gets his soup.
Bro wants a soup. Who could blame him?
I'm glad that chat realizes what's truly important in this campaign.
It's not going to be as good because the party questioned his motives on making soup.
First assist point is going to the mayor, not the party, to help him make soup.
That's a good idea.
I'm gonna.
Chat,
I don't trust
remember.
the mayor. I don't trust the soup.
Chat, remember, you can give the mayor. I will let you give the mayor a hero point to make his soup better.
Let's go.
You gotta donate.
Donate for mayor soup.
Donate for Skern Abbott. Soup mayor.
Wait, what exactly are we doing right now? Somebody rolled a not local knowledge check,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Co did,
Yeah.
and I gave him the info over Discord.
Okay.
Hopefully when
Are we free to start investigating the guy's house now, or
Yeah, we
we
can
still
skip over
doing
that
something?
unless.
All right, cool.
Do you need anything, Vico?
No.
Okay.
Well, how? Yeah, no, not really.
Okay, then we'll come back to that. But yeah, we'll skip over to the others who you've made your way over to his house.
I'm gonna try to not disturb the scene. Arzath is all in order.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and open the door for everyone. And
Alright.
I guess I'm gonna look around. How does it
Alright.
look? Does it look pretty in order?
It does. It looks fairly like everything's kind of where it was left from what you can tell, but you know, this is where perception checks come in.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Can I do a perception check to see if like somebody was looking for something or if something seems like oddly placed?
I would also like to make one.
Alright.
I'll
All four of you, get on it.
huzzah.
That's the evidence. Perception modifiers.
Who up perceiving their houses?
I'm perceiving stuff, that's for sure.
If it's anything to do with stonework or masonry, I get an extra +2.
How
Sure.
how
I'm
well
seeing
lit?
it.
Oh,
How-
okay.
How well lit is this house? We've got natural light streaming in and such.
Yeah, it's like the middle of the day, so it's the
Yeah,
light's
okay,
coming in through the
okay.
windows.
Yep. Okay. Well, that's fantastic.
So let's see. That is going to be successes from everybody not named Thalia.
Fantastic.
So,
Yeah, well, rolling 17 or better will do that for you.
Yeah.
which areas? Let's divide and conquer here. Which areas was each character specifically trying to look at here? We
I
have.
probably would have been in the bedroom.
Okay,
area.
I was gonna say we have the bedroom, a nightstand. We have a fireplace, the table, a small like cooking supplies area, a wardrobe, and this fucking thing.
I'll take this thing,
Cool.
the thing in the middle.
I'm gonna look at the fireplace and probably the cooking supplies too.
Got it.
Okay.
And
Thalia,
then
what
once
are
I'm
you
done
looking
with
at?
the thing in the middle,
I
I'll go ahead
guess
and take
I'm looking at the wardrobe here.
Okay. Thalia, you find that all of this man's clothes are. You think that they might fit you?
Oh,
They're pretty loose. You're about the same size. It's looking pretty nice. We'll start with Arazoth. You were investigating the bedroom.
Mhm.
Under the bed, you find a single leather-bound book. No title on it, but a quill pen sitting next to it. Both are slightly covered in dust. Costume. You were looking under the floor mat, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Underneath the floor mat, you find what looks to be dust.
No?
Unfortunately,
Dust?
there was not much to discover there. Colt, you find the charred remains of several pieces of burnt up paper.
Looks like someone was burning something recently. Parchment? Looks to be.
Hmm.
There any salvageable pieces in there?
Are there?
They're not really, but it does look like you can kind of faintly make out that one of the pieces had some sort of coloring done to it, so it's not plain parchment at the very least.
This isn't regular parchment. It looks like these pieces have been treated with something. Been used. Someone was burning something. Probably something that someone didn't want anyone else to see. If I had to make a guess.
So our murdered artist had some secrets.
Don't we
Um,
all?
I want to pick up and read this journal.
Sure. I will DM you on Discord. In the meantime, the rest of you, entertain chat. Give them their milk and cookies.
Hey, chat, you should donate so we can have hero points.
No, you should be donating so
If you
they
want
can
to.
have your points.
Bro, chat be donating to Mayor Soup. Let's go. Good job, chat.
I think you should save your money and go buy yourself some food and a drink and have a nice
Bro,
evening watching the stream.
bro, you're actually right. That's so back. We don't need no freaking hero points. We'll get by just fine without it.
Save the money for the hero points when we really need them.
True,
Which could be
honestly.
right now. We need soup.
No.
Spend it all now. Spend it all
Bro,
right
now.
Your
What
food
if
savings, they
they
belong to
give
you.
what if chat gives the mayor a hero point and then his soup is so good that we get a hero point? Oh man, big brain right there.
Little did we know that the mayor is actually the mastermind
everything.
behind all of this.
Damn.
So
Bro,
actually,
100%.
chat is hindering us actively.
Oh no, the soup will be
What
poisoned.
did we
Plot twist.
I was checking out this thing as well. That's why I checked under the mat and then came over here. Did I find what did I find over here?
Oh, that's right. Slightly more than Thalia did. You find a jacket with a small knife inside of it.
How small?
It looks like it would have been used for like wood carving. It's pretty tiny.
Okay. And does it look like it's been used to do anything other than carve wood at any point?
It's hard to tell. It's very clean. It doesn't look like it's really gotten too much use at all.
Interesting. Okay. All right. All right. Oh damn, computer's down. That's pretty good.
Did you
There it is. Sorry that took me a while, Dana.
You're fine.
did you find anything of note in that? I just thought we were looking at a bunch of clothes.
Nothing particularly noteworthy, admittedly.
Ugh.
Alas.
At this point, if those of you from the coffee shop would like to, you can begin to make your way towards the house. I'm not hearing a no, so I'm assuming that's yes. I'm just gonna.
Going to the coffee shop.
Just shuffle everybody over.
I want
Just
to
gonna
Really
say
into the
so.
house.
I want to hand the journal to Colt.
Okay. As
already
you
trusting me
hand
with
the journey,
crucial evidence.
as you hand the journal to Colt, the rest of the party walks in the open door.
Well, Colt, I have to give you a chance at least. Can't be cold from the start. Just don't fuck up.
Charming.
Wow, what an inspirational piece of advice. I'm gonna. Colt is going to look through the journal.
Okay.
Was there any part of, keep explaining. I'll ask later.
Colt is going to read some pages. He's gonna read a little bit.
Discord, right there for you.
No, don't worry, I see it. I want to make a perception check on this book.
Okay.
Can I? I want to flip through the entirety of the book and look for any sign that someone has ripped pages out of it.
Okay, yeah. Roll a perception check. Sorry, I checked the Discord while we were doing this. Somebody made a
no.
really good meme.
Oh, goodness.
Okay. You don't see anything that screams to you that pages were ripped out.
I see. All right. Well, I don't think. I do not believe the parchment found in the fireplace was taken out of this book in particular. But it is rather odd that there's only that much written down.
You all have any artwork? This is an art class.
Well, I mean, maybe. He just started a new journal.
Take a look.
Are there evidence he has? There are other journals here are as well?
But who leaves without taking their new journal with them?
I don't know, maybe he planned on coming home. He was murdered, Colt.
Yes, but he wrote in it and then left it.
It doesn't
That is
mean he
what
was
one
leaving for
typically
good
does
quite
with a
yet.
journal.
If he thought he might be in danger, I think he wouldn't want to leave his secrets out in the open.
Where did you find
Although,
this journal?
this does give us a really important clue.
And that would be?
Excuse me. I made a bit too much of the ritual soup. I came to
Oh.
offer you guys some, if you would like it.
I would love some.
I would also love some.
Okay, here you go. It is simple. It's a simple potato with carrot soup.
Oh,
Or
delicious.
perception
It's gonna
check.
be amazing as always, Mayor.
I'm gonna make a
take some.
perception check. Is there anything unusual about this soap?
I'm already eating it.
Any very nice spices? Any particular? Can I discern the entire recipe of this soup just from a one perception check?
I'll give you a shot. Roll for perception.
All right,
Hell
all
yeah.
right.
There we go, she
Natural
knows
20.
it.
Natural's 20 plus
In
16,
every-
36.
In every intricate detail of this soup, you can see the spices that were used, the subtleties, the intricacies of even the carrot type which was used, the shape in which it was cut, the potatoes wedged to perfection. This is homely and yet beautiful. It is spiced just right, yet only using some of the simplest spices you could find in your local store. This is the definition of homemade soup, the very essence of what makes you feel good when you eat food.
I dabble in cooking myself. This is
I don't-
truly wonderful.
I
But
don't
I'm
see
just gonna
anybody else
comment on
dying,
every
so I'm
feature
gonna-
that you just mentioned. Just because.
I'm
While
gonna
you do
start
that,
eating
the
my soup,
mayor's
seeing
gonna-
nobody else is in
The mayor's gonna walk away.
distress.
Aw.
I think you scared him off.
You just hear Skern muttering to himself as he goes away. I didn't know I did something so cool with the soup. How do I respond to that? I just made soup.
Okay.
Excellent work, Meredith, getting him out
I
of our
asked
hair
I
like
asked
that.
Arzoth, if you suspected anyone, who would you suspect even capable of committing so heinous a crime?
Arzoth is stuffing his face with soup at this exact moment. And he has like gravy in his beard, whatever fucking else, a little chunk of potato.
Savored. Soup is to be savored. It's a
Yeah,
master craft
Arzoth
of
is just
homegrown soup.
tearing into that soup. The soup is gone, Arzoth. You devoured that.
He's like
There
licking the
is
bottom of the bowl.
have
Kostu
some
waits somewhat
decorum, man.
impatiently. Kostu waits somewhat impatiently for Arzoth to finish,
Arzoth, your
to have
tongue
his
is
question
like
answered.
your tongue is slightly burnt. Just slightly.
Love
Kostu
Persuasion
sips his soup sips his soup while he waits.
Honestly, there's not really many people in our town that I feel like could commit a murder. You could try asking the town drunk if he's heard any weird gossip around, the other drunkards. Who knows what they've led to?
Yeah, would you like to go ask the town drunk?
I'm sure that'll end
I'd
well.
just like to take my own look at the journal, see if I can get a little bit of a look at his life.
Eric is a fine farmer. He's just, you're down in the bottle every night.
Who's asking for the journal?
Meredith.
Regarding?
All I want to do is like look at it, just see if I can learn as much as I can about his life outside of the village
Oh,
before he came here.
Sure.
Colt will
Just
look up.
anything.
Colt will look up from the journal as you are. I'm guessing. How are you asking him for it?
Colt, can I see the journal if you're done?
Oh, yeah, sure. Go ahead, take a look over it, and he is going to close it before holding it out for you to grab.
Thank you. I'm just gonna take that.
Okay. I will copy paste that too. Third time's the charm.
Everybody gets to know, but not through word of mouth. They have to read it.
As they're over the journal and just kind of like handing it over,
Theory gates traction.
Fico will speak up and just say, I don't know if it matters, but I do believe he's in some way affiliated with the College of Barthos in Scorecrest.
I do believe his journal confirms that, yes.
Academics.
Vito, out of curiosity, do you know how much it costs to attend this college?
Great question. Hey, DM.
How much does it cost to attend? It's a local college. It's not too terribly expensive.
He needs the money, but what for?
I mean, based off of what he's written, he left the college to come here. So, I mean, I guess somebody invited him here.
And who and
Here's
why?
here's a little
Who might have
rhetorical
done
question
that?
for you all. An artist needs money, and so he wanders away from a college, presumably in a somewhat prosperous town, to come here to this hamlet of how many people are off?
No more than 10 or 15. No more than 10.
How many people could really pay for an artist like this? How much money could he really make off of his art here? Seems nonsensical. If he needs the money, why come here? Unless
Maybe
he's
he
running
wasn't.
away.
Like you said, he wasn't here for the work. He was here to avoid something.
That is what I believe. He said he
Or
needed
he was
money
getting
here.
paid in something other than money.
Possibly, but I want you to consider this. This is just a theory, working theory, and I have no reason to actually believe this is the case. But if he comes here, if he's running from something, loan sharks. I don't know what sorts of. I don't have any personal experience with that kind of people who might do such things, but if he's running from some sort of academic institution, perhaps he paid too much to attend and is on the and was at least on the run from people who wanted to do him ill.
I
Although
don't
in
feel
that
like
case,
from what he has written, he's on the run from something, though. If anything, it seems more like somebody asked for his help with something, and he just doesn't know if he's going to be able to fulfill that help. So, I mean, the only person I could think around here that would maybe have any interest in that is somebody we need to talk to anyway.
Arzov, the mayor. How long did the mayor say that this person had been living here?
DM help.
You don't recall that he said at all. I don't think anybody
No,
asked.
I did. Do I know because I've lived here as well?
Oh, he's been here about 2 years.
Okay.
Okay.
Date. What's the
He's
current
been here
date?
about 2 years.
What's the
give or
current
take.
date?
Yes. This is dated 1/24/1788.
Yeah, the current date is 6/21/1790.
Okay.
This journal was begun 2 years ago.
So right about the time he arrived?
Presumably, yes.
I guess he didn't want to write it anymore.
Small
not.
towns tend to do that to people.
Arzov, where are the children?
Arzov, what did you do to the children?
This is an
I've seen no
upstanding
children.
town. We do not
See,
fornicate here.
Part of the Soup tradition.
The reality is that this small town is probably not gonna. It's probably not gonna be a town much longer on account
No.
of there is one woman living here and
Yeah.
no kids.
Chances aren't great for this place.
There were at least 2 women, but poor Vernon, city guard income was just not enough to provide for
Damn.
the whole family.
Absolutely fucked. Poor
That's
Vernon.
rough. Good thing nobody did anything to make his day worse recently.
Pour an ale on
So-
fellow Vernon.
So no children
Yeah,
live here.
this town can't afford ale.
This town can only afford coffee. That's why Nakaufi's here.
Actually, no, coffee is actually more expensive. Like, historically.
It
He's
is
making a
typically,
shitload.
That's where all the town's income is going.
It's to
Yeah,
the coffee
to the
shop.
coffee. You're right.
But coffee is just like
Okay,
the
so to be
coffee-
clear, there actually are no children in this town. That's not just like an oversight. And
Is Foxhill?
I've decided that that's lore now, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I just noticed there were no kids, and I'm like, where are all the kids?
Yeah,
think
it's
this is
either
a
that
town,
or
it's
Arzov
actu-
ate them, so up to you. Pick your
Yum.
preference.
we thought this was a town. It's actually just an elaborate roadside attraction masquerading.
Yeah, that's right.
Hey,
This
dude,
is all a
the
ruse.
The
DM,
city of Foxhill.
in the dream realm.
DM,
Yes.
That's the
Can I
twist.
investigate his workshop area that he has set up out here?
Yeah.
All right.
Perceive it. Ooh, very good roll.
He's perceiving.
You see several pieces of bent metal tossed aside in a pile nearby, but just as well, several pieces of unfinished jewelry sitting atop the furnace.
I want to pick up the pieces that they're working on, and I want to inspect them.
Well, there's 3 that you can see. There is a what looks to be entirely made of silver necklace with a thick chain. There is a ring with an intricate design carved into it. And then there is what looks like a pendant of a moon with a skull carved into it.
What? Hold on now.
This is some
Religion check.
odd-
That's gotta be a knowledge religion
I
check.
would definitely like to make a religion check on that.
Sure.
This is some very
Who here
odd
has knowledge religion?
accessories.
I do.
I actually no, I don't have sleight of hand. Oh. Yeah. Oh well.
Okay. Keep that in mind. Who has
I
knowledge
would-
religion?
I-
Sir.
Before that, though, John, who do you share this information with, if anyone?
Well, I'm gonna look over to Arzov, since Arzov is the one of the town guards, and
Boo.
And the
Oh.
Smith.
I'm gonna say, do their pieces normally look like this? These are some intricate designs.
Well, I mean, I've never really looked into this man's art much, to be fair. It looks cool, though.
At the phrase kind of intricate designs, Thalia's gonna poke her head out from behind her book and take a gander at the pieces.
Okay.
And
Can I?
Yeah.
I do want to do a
Yeah,
perception
everyone
check on it.
everyone who
Yeah.
now
Everything.
wants to make a religion check can feel free to do so. You wanted to make a perception
Perfect.
check on it?
I do, because it is a smithing and metalworking thing. I would like to have an extra looky at it.
Sure.
So when we're doing knowledge checks, should we be doing those as like secret checks?
No, you
Or-
can make the checks actively. You only need to make a secret check if you whisper
Okay.
to me. If you're whispering
Gotcha.
to me that you want to do something in private, then you'll make a secret check.
Okay.
Ah,
I
we
just
can
wanted to
do
double
that.
check.
How do you do that? You
Good.
type /W, and then I believe you're gonna put GM /W GM, and then you can type /R 1D whatever. Or no, actually you can't do that. You can you
Isn't
can
it
/W
GM
me.
roll?
/GM roll. That's what it is. You're right.
Yeah.
Only make knowledge checks if you have the knowledge,
Sorry.
right? Like if you have the
Yeah.
/W is to whisper to someone. And you can
Right,
type
like-
at whoever that is. But for now,
That's
that's your knowledge religion?
that was religion, yeah.
Okay.
That's my the perception smithing.
Okay. So who else wanted to make a religion roll first?
Okay.
Is it just the two of you? Was there anybody else who wanted to or could? Or is that everyone?
Can you make one if you don't have any ranks in it?
You can if it's a class skill.
Then no.
Okay. So, Thalia, you recognize this.
Yeah.
It's exactly what you think it is.
she kind of blanches a little bit at the sight of it and makes a warning gesture and mutters under her breath.
Very noticeable. Thalia, you seem to recognize it.
Unfortunately, yes. It would be best if we moved on from this, I think.
Arzoth, as you are inspecting it, you notice that one of the hollowed out parts of the skull within this pendant's indentation. It actually is indented. That is the right word for it. One of the skulls is not flat like the others are. It bends in just a little bit, and you believe you might be able to click it.
I want to do it.
Okay. You click the you click on the eye hole of the skull, and I will now need you to make a will saving throw.
Ooh, I love these. I love failing them. I think I succeeded.
Nothing happens.
Well, I was hoping that button would do more.
You feel a little weird for a second, but nothing happens.
So we're not
That
moving on.
I
So, Thalia, you want to inform us of why you recognize this?
I that pendant is something fashioned by those who worship the end of the world, destruction, entropy, the madness and chaos at the end of all things. It would be best if we steered clear from it, I think. And certainly would be best if we didn't fiddle with it unnecessarily.
Good point.
Well, then I
am
think
going
I
to
will pocket it for safekeeping then.
hold on a moment. I'm going to cast detect magic on this.
Sure.
Alright, that's probably a good idea.
How long are you focusing on the detect magic spell?
How long can I focus on it for?
You can focus on it for, I believe, up to 5 rounds. Let me see here. Oh, up to 3 rounds, right?
Do it for its
Yes,
maximum
3.
length. It doesn't seem like we have any. Didn't seem like we have anything extremely pressing on it, so I'll do 3 rounds.
Okay. Do you have Knowledge Arcana as a class skill?
I sadly do not.
Okay.
Oof.
There is a magical aura coming from it. It's not a particularly potent aura, but there is a magical aura coming from it. And that's it. That's all you get out of it. Also, hello, Pars. Nice to see you in chat.
That pendant is magical. I lack the expertise to investigate it further, but unless you possess that, Arzoth, I'd suggest not fiddling with it any further.
Thalia is going to be frantically flipping through her tome here, and I would like to cast. I'll spend one of my 0th level spells here and cast Detect Magic.
Okay.
Actually,
Same thing.
and I'm gonna focus for the full thing.
Knowledge Arcana.
Oh boy, I love those. We win those. No, we don't win those, but I at least have it. So. Woo!
I believe that would be enough for me to tell you.
Huzzah!
This is... I'm gonna Discord DM you.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Guys,
Guess time to
entertain
make a death
chat.
save.
That's ominous.
Everyone in chat, I want to say I love you all. If the mayor gets a hero point before any of us do, I am banning all of you.
Don't listen to him.
Damn, you
Don't listen
heard
to
it.
him,
Mod
Pat.
abuse. That's mod abuse.
Anyway, I love you. Thanks for coming to the stream.
Yeah,
We
thank you for
we
being
very
here.
much appreciate you. This would not be a thing without all of you. It's a collective effort.
You goes as planned.
There you go.
Oh, Mr. Arzoth, I strongly suggest you not hold on to that pendant. If you could let me uh, take hold of it for safekeeping, it might be best. That it's very slightly put this becursed, hexed, uh, enchanted with malevolent force, designed to give people wonderfully lovely dreams about, you know, the end times, dying things that mortals are not meant to comprehend.
What
I,
sounds like a lovely device.
yeah, I think that as you are still recovering somewhat gunshot wound, your ability to should likely not be impaired. And as much as I hate to admit, I feel that such a burden would be, if anyone, it should be mine, given the nature of this particular thing.
Have
My,
at it, I guess, but don't lose it. It is important evidence.
thank you. And she.
The nature of the magical aura.
What was that?
Were you able to discern the nature of the magical aura?
Yeah, it
Oh.
seems like
Yes, I can explain
it-
the spell, School, if that's what you're asking.
Yes.
it's yeah, it's
There you go.
yeah. Really? Oh, okay, yeah. I guess that it's vile illusion magic. Really nasty stuff.
Strange.
Honestly,
Disrupted enchantment.
no. It's a little bit more substantial than that. Projecting images and all that.
Strange in the mind.
This is why no one trusts wizards, and rightfully. They cause
Costu does a sign of warding.
so
Okay.
she's gonna
I will
pocket. She
Costu's
will
going to walk
pocket.
over to Araza while Thalia pockets that and say, "We were told to speak to the wizard."
Oh, yes. We can go speak to him now. He's right back here behind the house, actually.
Okay.
We're going to walk over here and gesture towards this house back here. I'll catch up with you guys in a minute. I want to go talk to one of my fellow guardsmen real quick.
Okay. So wait, you said the wizard was where?
Back here.
Where did you say the wizard was?
I'll ping it. There you go.
Ah, there.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you.
I will go ahead in there. Will anyone follow?
Colt, you're with me.
Yeah, I figured.
All right.
Nice.
So we will start with Arzoth and Colt as you make your way over to this beautiful tan-skinned woman with dark hair wearing what looks to be, it could really only be described as almost like a cowboy getup, thick boots, almost like a jean-like material on her pants, a loose-fitting white shirt with a poncho over the top, and she is kind of leaning with a shotgun between her shoulder blades, placing her arms gently resting atop it as you approach. And as you do make your way there, Arzoth, she says, "So, even this one falls under that mayor's purview of give them a second chance, huh?"
Yes, unfortunately he does there, Lily. How are you holding up?
Been worse for wear. Gun's already repaired, that's the biggest issue. Gave me quite the nasty headache for a while, but I'm alright. Who's your
That's
new
good to
friend?
hear. This is Thalia.
She takes a step and uncharacteristically gives a curtsy.
Wow, very fancy, aren't you? That's cute. I ain't never seen a proper curtsy around these parts. Hang on, let me try one of those. How did you? She sort of like bends one leg over the other and awkwardly brings out the ends of her poncho, holding them between her fingers.
Well, don't flatter yourself now, Lily.
I'm sure she'll get the hang of it given time and practice.
What she really needs to practice is her marksmanship.
Hey, you shut your
Yeah,
mouth. That was a lucky
Colt.
shot, and you know it.
Not as good a shot as mine. You missed.
That's what
hit
I
my mark.
said. It was a lucky shot. You got it right into my barrel. Try and replicate
Sure it
that
was luck?
again. Oh, I'm quite confident.
I don't know. I hit both my shots.
You'd just be damn lucky that Arzoth's guarding you right now.
Easy, easy. Come now, we're not here to start anything. We're here to solve a murder and bring justice to the killer.
Yeah, I
Thank
suppose
you,
the cutie's
Dahlia.
right. Alright, what can I do for you?
I only jest.
Honestly, I just came over to check on how you were doing and to drag Colt over here to maybe apologize, but that was a long shot.
Well, I'm alright. The headache's mostly gone. I didn't really suffer any other major wounds, just the whiplash, and probably doing better than your shoulder.
It's doing all right. Meredith, one of the other adventurers there, gave it a heal, so doing okay.
Fair enough. Well, like I've been saying, if you need anything from me, I'm here to help.
Hey,
Colt,
what's your name again?
it's Lily.
Lily. How about we start over? Colt's gonna walk up to Lily before offering a handshake.
Roll
Fine.
a diplomacy check.
Arzoth's gonna give you a hard side eye, Colt. He's like watching to make sure you don't make any funny moves.
So can I'm gonna Thalia with a little grin, she's gonna very surreptitiously cast guidance on him.
Okay,
Actually.
yeah, make a sleight of hand check.
Yeah,
Hell
here
yeah.
you go. It's
Incredible.
You know,
Beautiful.
I'm
Very
gonna say
noticeable.
good enough for now. So,
yeah,
roll your diplomacy, Colt Irons.
with a +1.
Thank you. It almost brings me out of the negative.
Woo!
Nice. Solid roll.
Lily, with a completely drab look on her face, sort of flings her hand out lazily towards you, grabs your hand, and just gives you one limp, quick shake.
Wow, you hate me that much. Alright,
You
well,
shot my favorite gun to pieces. You think I'm gonna be
I-
enthused?
Well, you wouldn't have got shot if you hadn't shot at me. But here, I've got something. Consider it a peace offering. Colt is going to pull out a paper cartridge from his bag of cartridges, and he's going to hold it out for the guard to take. He's going to say, "There's a flare cartridge."
No, somebody hit Mayor Abbott's soup. No, chat, not cool.
The fuck, chat?
Carry on.
Disrupting the soup.
Colt is going to offer. Wish I had a journal page with their name.
Lily.
Lily.
Lily. The Colt is going to offer Lily a flare cartridge.
All right, I will add her to everybody's journal page now because it's a very simple journal page.
If you ever want to learn how to shoot a little better, well, the offer's open for you.
She takes it
Shot
and says,
apparently not good enough.
I'll take this off your hands for now, and, well, we'll see. Let's see what
Planning on giving
Arazoth
it
thinks
back?
before the end. Hmm?
Gonna take it off me for now. You planning on giving it back?
Only if you misbehave.
That's fair. Fair enough.
We'll see how you do out in the field, Colt.
I don't think it's me you're gonna have to worry about.
Alright,
Arazoth.
so let's go over to the other three now. The three of you
Reverse transaction.
arrive at what looks to be a rather small house. The door is simple wood, closed. Can't really see inside from here.
I'm gonna go ahead and knock.
Okay. Huh? Who is it?
Just travelers. We're working with the town guard.
The door slams open. You're the people who he hired. Perfect timing. Yes, I heard that we had people coming in. He told me that I could work with them. Finally a chance to make use of my magic in this shithole. Yes, come in. What can I do for you? What can the great Loisk Doffet do for you, traveler?
If you could just tell us who committed the
Make
murder,
a perception
it'd be great.
check.
Yeah, make a perception check. Go for it.
Just give her a once over. See if there's anything unusual about.
Oh, this is a dude.
There's almost certainly.
This is a very long-haired man.
Okay. See if there's anything unusual about this man or his abode.
That is money towards the soup fund.
Love the soup fund.
Do we have the cursed? We have
Yeah,
the
we
cursed
got a
artifact with
donation.
us, right?
That's crazy.
Let's go.
Do we
Yeah,
have what?
It's in somebody's
We have the
pocket.
cursed artifact with us, right?
I think Talia has it.
Nah, Talia's got it.
All
Well, I
right.
think it's just
Did he give my question any attention at all?
Was it you could tell us who solved the murder?
Yeah, can you tell us who murdered the guy?
Yeah, sorry, we got kind of sidetracked there. He looks right at you and says, as a matter of fact, I may be able to help you find that answer yourselves. See, I have been permitted to keep the body around and intact for our very use, so that we might explore his dreams and figure out who did this. Isn't that exciting? And then he opens up a chest
might be,
behind him,
assuming-
and you see, like, the body somewhat folded up inside, and he just, here we go, plops out the corpse directly in front of all of you.
Do the dead dream?
Well, they have dreams. His brain hasn't totally shut off yet. Think about that. It's still been preserved. It's only been a very short period of time, and I've been making very careful sure to maintain this dreamscape. It's not easy. We're still on a limited window here, but I'm doing everything I can to make sure that we can investigate this murder successfully. Mayor hated
Is it
that idea. He was thinking we should just get soup. Soup's gonna solve the murder somehow.
Was a very nice.
Is it possible
suit,
he
but
may have?
close to the answer.
No, he was stabbed from behind. Correct.
Well, yeah, you can see it right here. There's one stab wound going right to his heart, and another right through his back. And if we flip him over, nothing.
Question for you, Mr. DM. First of all, my perception check was a 25. Second of all, are the two stab wounds level with each other? Could it have been perhaps a two-pronged weapon?
Make a perception check.
All right.
Two-pronged weapon. Yeah.
Because that's a very good question.
Was it 32 enough?
They are not level with each other. So you can rule that out. But that's a very good question.
Murder weapons, clearly. A single weapon. Not two. Sorry. A single weapon stabbed twice. judging by the fact that he was stabbed in the heart, I'd say the second one was, in fact, the heart stab. A killing blow. And quick question. The 25, just for the once-over of the room and the wizard, did I notice anything of import, or is just that this is a wizard's abode, it's going to be weird?
There is a giant. It's kind of hard to. Well, it would be hard to miss if it was active, but it's not so hard to miss now. There's a giant arcane lining in a circle surrounding the center of the room. Slash Spade, thank you for becoming a supporter again. Thank you for renewing. Glad to have you back. But there's a large arcane circle, basically encircling where he placed the corpse, which was on top of the little floor mat.
You claim. Sorry, go ahead.
No, that's it.
You claim his brain is still preserved and active.
Yes, the
And you claim to be able to see his dreams. Could you perhaps see his memories of his final moments?
Well, I can't, because I have to keep this alive with some very arcane, tricky rituals. However, I can allow all of you to delve into his very mindscape. You'll have to go to sleep, of course, but I can allow you to just jump right in there from the dreamscape. Take a look around before it gets completely separated from the land of dreams, and take a gander for yourselves, see if you can figure out things based on his memories, his perception of events, everything.
Does your
How
dream magic
safe
involve putting people to sleep?
is this?
Well, I don't have to put any of you to sleep. You could just wait until you naturally fall asleep, but at that time, I would be able to allow you to jump within the dreamscape. Of course, this is a ritual spell, so I'd have to maintain the concentration. But 10 minutes here is like a full 8 hours in there. So, not too terribly
Have
difficult
you
for all
ever
of you.
had anyone hurt by attempting something like this?
Hey, in the 0 times I've tried this before, I've succeeded 100% of the time.
Honestly,
Okay,
those
so
are really good
you
odds.
Hey, you don't get a lot of opportunities to try things like this out in a small little abode like this. Now, am I a very capable dream crafting wizard? Absolutely. But am I also in a tiny little shithole and probably the only person here who has a college degree? Yes. Take what you can
on a
get.
scale from 1 to 10, how confident are you that this will work?
Oh, I am very confident that this will work. I am at least a 6.
Oh, a 6. Oh yes, that is exactly the number I was hoping to hear.
And if it goes wrong, you'll only be trapped within a dreamscape. I mean, that's very safe.
Okay.
Who doesn't want to be surrounded by dreams?
And if I wake up, or is that not a possibility?
Oh, well, if it fails, there's almost 0 chance that you would ever wake up, yes. Unless you found your way out of the dreamscape, but you would probably come out eternally scarred. Mentally. You'd be forever changed.
Oh. So you're saying that this process is very dangerous and you're not even confident that it will work?
I'm very confident.
I look at the people that are there with me and I say, what's your opinion on this? This seems like a sketchy proposition.
Keep in mind, this man also rolled a corpse out onto the floor from a trunk.
Sketchy is putting it generously. Does anyone else know you have this body?
Oh, yeah, the mayor allowed me to keep it for the time being.
Could you show us any of his memories or dreams, perhaps?
I can attempt to, but it's going to be very muddled. You'd only really get a brief glimpse. Like, maybe I could give you,
That's
like...
okay,
Okay, let me try to give you 30 seconds of active brain activity. The man places his hand directly on the head of this long-haired dead gentleman. begins shaking it furiously on the
Very
floor
bad.
and goes, "Speak to us, damn it! Speak to us!" And everybody who
He looks
doesn't
down
want
and-
to be, you feel magic beginning to affect you as the arcane circle lights up. If you don't want this to happen, roll a will save. If you do want this to happen, tell me.
Does anyone here want it to happen?
I mean, I don't think that I.
Vico,
Yeah,
you're
I'll
fine.
roll a will save.
Okay.
Honestly, if Vika just steps outside, he's like, yeah, no,
Yeah,
I'm
Vico's just
Vika's not dealing with
outside
this
watching
anymore.
this
Vico, if
happen.
you're
My will
Vico, if
saves
you're
are
going
pretty.
to leave, I
just
suggest
if
you
I
bring
actually
the
have a
others
+0
here.
on the-
Yeah,
We might need
I'll make
need
my
some
way
back.
there.
That's a solid +0. Well, we'll see what happens.
I
Oh, hey.
will. I will elect not to resist.
Okay.
Oh
So
boy.
This could be a bad idea.
I'm pretty wary of magic. Katsu is pretty wary of magic, so he just tries to, he feels a magical effect coming on him and he tries to resist it.
instinctively, yeah. So the two of you, Costu, you'd feel this unwillingly. Meredith, you feel this willingly, but you see a brief glimpse of a glade with a stream gently flowing through it. A beautiful woman sitting atop a small rock stump is looking back at you, the wind breezing through her hair. She takes a hand and gently pulls it to one side, giving a light smile before reaching out to you. And then it's as if it was just a computer crashing. You're surrounded by hellfire, blood, and a very creepy moon staring down at you in the middle of this river, which is slowly getting higher and higher around you. Red water beginning to rise up, and then you're back.
Pleasant thoughts. I shudder a little bit.
The woman that we
Having failed
witnessed.
to resist my will save.
And
woman that
that
we
should
witnessed.
have been one of his favorite memories.
Oh dear. Okay.
Again, the spell is a little bit, it's hit or miss, but hey, I'm confident that it worked. Right?
Anyone ever cast the spell before? Is this one of your own invention?
Of course this is one of my own invention. This is one of my thesis that I had to write up for the damn college. I am the
First time you
only
tested it.
I am the only of my kind, a dream weaver who can allow us to access the very dream plane from within the material plane without some sort of intense spells and rituals that require high-level magic. No, I've simplified the process.
First time you've cast it.
Okay. Costu ponders for a while.
By the way, would any of you care for some iocane powder?
Iocane powder. I've never heard of it.
That's poison.
No.
Yeah, but I don't.
Poison
know
from Princess Bride.
that. I know that, but Costu doesn't know that.
Knowledge nature check because sure, why not?
I'm not gonna ask for a check. If
That's
I want to do something, then the check will either come up or it won't.
it's a delicacy.
Delicacy.
Very kind, but not today.
Rolling knowledge nature anyway.
The 11? Yeah, it's
Oh.
you never heard of it before.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Well,
Anyway, we'll cut to
Oh, no.
Vico now. Vico, you were
having
on your way
had
to
this interesting experience, I'm going to probably just leave and see what other people are.
Well-
I thanked the hedge wizard for his time, and I leave, and I tell him that I may return to
All right.
potentially enter the guy's mind. I haven't made my decision yet.
Wait there for a minute, Veer.
How disturbing his mind is
It's a lot,
not
yeah.
great.
All right, we'll get back to you on that, Veer. But we're cutting to Vico, going to go to the others now. Vico, you arrive at Arazoth, Thalia, and Colt, speaking to a very attractive woman, now holding what looks to be a paper cartridge in her hands, as well as kind of casually twirling her shotgun.
There seems to be like a little break in the conversation. Fico walks up and looks at, let me say this right, Arazoth, and says, "Hey, boss, a crazy, first of all, which guy? Totally crazy, has the corpse, wants us all to go into his dented dreams."
Oh yeah, Lois, that crazy man. Yeah, he's a little wacky. I mean that kind of tracks, but I mean, I think there was only one other place we wanted to investigate first, and that was where he was actually murdered. But then, honestly, I'm all for whatever this wizard's plan is.
Well, his plan involves us all going into some made-up semblance of his last dream.
Dreams!
And I believe he said that if it goes wrong, which he's about like 6 out of 10 confident, or really he just said 6, so he's 6 confident. I assume that means something to you. 6 confident. If it fails, we're going to be trapped there, maybe forever.
This is why we don't trust wizards. And Thalia's already like snapped her book shut and is like bolting over to where it is, and she has her grimoire raised as if she's about to strike someone immediately, and she just kind of bursts in.
You see a corpse on the floor with your two party members looking deeply concerned, and this very tired looking but nonetheless handsome mad scientist wizard looking over to you and goes, "Oh, you must be one of the other adventurers from here. Would you care for some iocane powder?"
I'll not take any of your poison, madman.
It's a delicacy.
Of course it is.
You are literally a drow. Do you not take poisons as delicacies?
That's racist.
You're racist. I am offering you something cool.
What safeguards do you have to ensure that my colleagues and I don't risk their entire selfhood insanity on your little dream jaunt?
He hasn't none whatsoever.
Well, I'll be here.
Like I said,
Yeah.
none whatsoever.
So you alone are going to be maintaining this ritual.
Technically, Arazoth could probably help, but then he wouldn't be able to be in there with all of you, keeping the peace and whatnot. And we don't want a bunch of strangers jaunting around in one of our own's mind without supervision.
He's dead.
Which leaves only me to maintain it. It is the natural course of things.
I want to join this party now and walk in.
Down guard Colt Irons
I'm
here.
gonna walk right over to him,
Oh,
too.
no, you're that one who shot up Arazoth. That was very impressive work.
Thank you.
That's
Glad
the-
someone's impressed.
Whoa!
That's
I'm
the
glad
first.
you appreciate my misery, Loisk.
Oh,
Give
that's
a
not
firm
exactly
pat on
what
the
I
back.
meant. I'm quite happy that you're alive, Arazoth. I just meant that the shot... You know what? I feel like I'm beginning to be mistaken here in my intentions, and perhaps I should just... Is this because I'm autistic? Is that what this is?
Arzal just laughs at him and gives him, and like ruffles his hair a little bit.
Okay. I feel like maybe that's emasculating, but that's fine. You know, we're just going to assume that this was... I feel like you're trying to do this from a good point, so I'm gonna let that slide. Anyway, what can I do for all of you? The other half.
Honestly, I'm kind of on board with whatever your crazy plan is. So.
Oh, I want to send you into this dead guy's brain, into his dreamscape, to figure out how he died and stuff.
I was told that. I think that would be fun.
Fuck yeah!
Fun is
Can
not
I,
the word I would give to describe it, given the vision I witnessed.
You had a vision? Oh no. Oh no,
What,
no, no.
what happened in this hut before I got over here?
Oh, I showed them one of his favorite memories. Probably. It could have also been one of the worst he's ever experienced.
Well, I'm
I would
sad I
go with the
missed it.
latter.
It could have been
I would
both.
go with the latter.
I suspect
Let's
it might have
see.
been both.
Gonna give a description of what we saw. You know, beautiful woman, river of blood, hellfire. You know, the works.
Oh,
And you
like
mentioned
charming experience.
you mentioned the moon, right?
Oh
Oh.
yes, the moon. That's an important detail.
And at
Can never
that
forget.
point,
It's gonna be the most iconic moment of Majora's Mask.
and at that point, Thalia fishes a pendant out of her pocket. It seems to take a little while as she rummages around, as if she's fighting against some unseen, but she manages to retrieve it. And did it look something, pray tell, like this?
Oh, you have a pendant of groan bus.
That's not his name.
Throtus?
I would correct you, but honestly, any giving to an entity
You're cutting
orders
out
of
really
magnitude.
bad. You may want to restart that.
I would attempt to correct you, but any respect that you're giving to his name is orders of magnitude more than he deserves, no doubt. But
we might just want to know this name, like,
Groitus, the god of the end times.
Yeah, that guy.
Kostu twitches his shoulder and
Mr. GM, did the pendant have any resemblance to the moon in our vision?
Yes, in fact, it did.
But as a matter of fact, did.
that was kind of why she pulled out the pendant in the first place.
Kostu twitches his shoulder and you see something climb. You see something moving down his arm. And he turns his hand over, and in his hand you see a scorpion.
Oh no!
And
No,
he
1 second.
he holds it up. He holds it up and he whispers to it. Anyone who's he's not being super guarded about it, but he says, if I start thrashing or acting in any way unwell, see if your sting can wake me up. And then he tilts his arm down and the scorpion crawls back into his club.
Charming.
I'm going to a little whistle and just pull my eagle down from the skies.
Jesus. He like crashes through a window.
Just America's right in. Lois goes,
Oh, I stepped out.
Fix that.
No, I stepped outside so that wouldn't happen.
Oh, okay, yeah. The eagle lands on your outstretched arm, looks at you with those piercing eagle eyes, and then gently nuzzles its head against you.
Speaking of, oh goodness gracious. Well, if we're
very well, Wizard. I am ready.
If we're talking about precautions, she takes the pendant and she puts it like on the bed away from the rest of the group. If any of us were to enter the dream realm with that in our possession, I suspect we would have an even worse time than Meredith did. So.
Oh, good point. Yeah, you probably don't want to hold on to that fucking thing. I probably don't want to hold on to that fucking thing either. Thing's creepy as shit.
You just now noticed.
Wizard,
Hmm?
I do have a question for you.
Okay.
The artisan, this dead man,
Yes.
did he dabble in magic, or did he dabble
As
in
far as I
enchanting?
know, no, I don't think so. Didn't
So
really
he's just
know the
made-
guy. He didn't talk to me. I don't know why that would be. I'm pretty
So he's made-
charming, but he didn't talk to me.
So he just made jewelry then,
I think
and
so.
other stuff.
Yeah.
Did you ever do any enchanting for him?
No.
Okay.
He never asked. He
Well,
looks kind. Lois looks kind of sad.
Was
He just looks slowly to the ground.
Did the
My
artisan
hands
have
are
any
pathetic.
magical prowess themselves?
Do what now? What about
Was
magical prowess?
the artists themselves dabbling in any magical arts that you know?
I thought that's what you were asking in the first place. No.
Okay.
I mean, like, again, I don't really know, but, like, I'm assuming no. Feels like they would have wanted to talk to me if I were the only other person in town with magic.
You're making quite the leaps in logic here, my friend.
Leaps and bounds are how we take ourselves from the starting line to the finish line when it comes to magic.
And
Assuming you don't fall off several cliffs along the way.
Hey, several cliffs along the way are just obstacles. That's why we invented the fly spell.
DM, can I make a heal check on this body to investigate the wounds?
Yeah, you can make a heal check.
Thank you.
I would like to
Love.
oversee what Colt is doing with the body.
Sure. You can watch Colt as he gently combs over the wounds of the body.
Can I also make a heal check since I'm paying attention?
Sure.
I'll
You
reveal to
don't...
these two the information I gleaned about the weapon from my perception check.
Good call. Because they don't discover that or anything else.
True. It was a single weapon. Stabbed 2 times.
Oh, never mind. Arzoth's got a much higher roll. Arzoth. Looking at how the wound is shaped, like, it's deeper in some parts towards the center than it is towards the edge of the wound, which leads you to believe that the blade was curved.
Okay.
Unfortunately, Colt didn't learn anything.
I know any specific groups through some sort of knowledge that might like specifically use these weapons.
Ooh, good call.
That would be probably a knowledge history or knowledge local, right?
Oof.
Probably.
Well, I can't do it. My history's not great, but I can do know the local.
Give it a shot.
Okay, while that's happening, Costa's going to pull out his chair, and he's going to go lean against a wall.
Okay, Costu, you pull out your
He's
patented folding chair.
Oh yeah.
he's ready for whatever
Crazy.
crazy shenanigans this wizard's about to pull. He's ready for him.
Does that include hitting the wizard with?
Are people intentionally not taking 10s? They just think they can roll better, or
Oh, that's true.
Well,
I don't think anybody thought about it until now.
Well,
it's
the
more
other
so
thing,
just
yeah.
getting a 10
for cowards.
getting a 10 takes 10 times
You
as long.
also can't take a 10 on knowledge checks. That's the
Yeah.
other thing.
oh,
So that is I mean, you have about the basic level of knowledge of this area that anybody else would. Nothing's really springing out to you, Vico. Yeah, you can't think of any group that would use that type of weapon.
Right. So I'm not sure what my thought process is. Whether this guy's magical or not, he's obviously involved with this sect in some sort of way. He's got the pendant, it's cursed. He's got the fucked up dreams. If we, you know, maybe they like the, curved moon religion, curved sword kind of thing.
Hmm.
Is the moon pendant crescent or full?
It's
didn't-
full.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's always a full moon.
Crescent moons are cooler.
Actually, it's
DreamWorks
always
logo.
a black paper moon.
Oh.
If you guys got that, I'm very proud of you.
Beautiful. Thank you.
The blood moon rises once again. Be careful.
All right. What's the call, people?
Okay, I'm ready to enter the dream land that Wizard Bro wants to send me to.
Oh.
So you guys want to try this, or?
I am ready, or at least as ready as I will be.
don't want to try this.
You,
Seeing as we
you
have
say
no
you
other
are
leads.
6 out of 10 confident. I would say that I am maybe 5 out of 10 ready, but
Woohoo! Together
Let's
we're
try it
11 out of
anyway.
20.
Well, I'm definitely going, and that means Colt has to go too.
Yeah, I don't really have a choice.
As much as I don't think we should do this, I also don't think you should be venturing into the realms of dreams with apocalyptic portents without any sort of guide or protection. So I suppose I can tag along.
All right.
Yes,
Well,
yeah.
it sounds like everyone's going to do this. So, what I need from all of you is to gather around the corpse and all hold hands. Also, you need to be standing within the magic circle.
Standing,
Oh,
sitting.
this is
Standing.
Didn't you say we needed to be sleeping?
We're going to get to that.
Okay. I leave
If I
my
want my
folding chair
eagle
and
to
I
participate in the
go
magic
in.
circle, does it also have to hold hands?
What?
Feathers?
Oh,
I'm saying if
I
I
would
want
think
to.
that touching you would be sufficient.
Alright then.
yeah, as
Okay.
long as you have your creatures within the circle and they're touching you, you should be fine.
Before,
Alright, I'm not bringing
before-
my horses.
Your horse is probably not going to fit. Sorry.
No.
Before we do this, I'd like
I
to check my pocket watch and see the exact time.
Oh,
I motion for my scorpion to move on to my armor rather than to be touching my skin.
It's 1:03 p.m.
Thank you.
And okay. All right, here we go. Is everyone truly ready for this? Because what
Oh, is
we're
Vico
going
not
to do,
joining?
I think Vico's joining. You would he's just Vico? Are you?
He's standing in the
Yeah,
corner, isn't
circle.
he?
I can move your token if you want.
yeah.
Oh, right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, everyone. Now here's what we're going to do. I'm going to bond you all to his brain. And then I'm going to start giving you some melatonin tablets. Is that okay with everyone?
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's just a sleepy medication. If you don't like it, I can just, I can cast a spell. But, it seems like everyone's concerned about my magic, so I figured, I'd just offer you some medication.
is likely preferable.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, require the medication. Your spells will not work on us.
Okay, now
Yeah.
first, everyone hold hands.
I extend my hands.
Okay.
With a look of disgust, Arzoth takes Colt's hand.
Loisk
Oh,
holds
okay,
Arazoth and
nice.
Thalia's hands.
Colt will offer his hands up to be taken.
Okay.
Very
Now,
marital hand holding, so crass.
Lois begins speaking as he closes his eyes. He watches the magic circle begins to light up, surrounding you all. Shabaloo, shabaloo! Go ahead.
I try to discern what kind of spell he might be casting.
Roll me a knowledge arcana check.
Wouldn't that be a spellcraft check?
Yes, it would. You're right.
Do the
Sorry.
same.
Check. I like spellcraft.
Actually, DM, rules.
Spellcraft is fine. Go for it.
I like spellcraft a little better than
Bitch.
knowledge.
Anyway.
Although I probably am decent with that.
Wow.
Oh,
Getting a bit
hey.
aggressive, aren't we?
I got a 7. I don't think skill checks can be natural 1. So
Skill checks
I got
can
a
be
7.
a natural 1. It just means a fail. But yeah, you okay.
Okay, so I have no idea.
Wait,
You
Wait,
did
hold on.
accidentally roll 1 and then space d20, which is your issue.
Oh, you right. Alright, sorry. I'll try that again. Roll 1d20 plus 6. There we go.
Okay.
Okay, well, look at that. I did marginally better on this.
Okay.
So I'm sure I know exactly what's going on. Since apparently I can pass a DC 10 with my plus 6.
The wizard appears to be casting a conjuration spell.
Oh.
Alright.
Are never fun.
Shabaloo, shabaloo, shabalama deebaloo, karas, karas, kaba fucking
Having not discerned
das.
anything at all about this spell, I feel Constitute feels even more nervous than before.
And here we go! And he kicks the fucking corpse, and you watch as electricity shoots out of it through all of your hands. And you feel connected for a second. And then Loisk lets go of the hands. Okay. Now then, let me prepare some nighttime medication for all of you. He
Costa's gonna go
reaches.
sit back down.
He reaches into a nearby drawer and pulls out several gummies.
Oh,
Do you guys prefer orange or apple flavor?
That's
Orange.
Orange, please.
Characters.
Okay.
I'll take
Only
apple.
a true
Orange.
monster would say apple.
Orange. What?
Only a true monster would say apple.
surprise me.
What's wrong with apple?
Nothing. I'll
Oh,
take
I mean,
take
over
the apple.
orange.
Alt wants apple.
Just gonna give everyone orange. I like apple just fine.
I'll take the apple.
Okay. He hands Colt the apple gummy. And as he does so, he's sort of like Colt, he sort of like gently pats your hand as if he's like just pleased in a very sad dog kind of way. All right.
This wizard or punch him into the stratosphere.
You guys wait about 30 minutes and then it begins to kick in. You're suddenly yawning, feeling tired as the wizard goes, "It'll be soon now."
Sleep medication works on elves, correct?
No, that's I just thought you'd want a gummy.
I'd like to take
Oh well.
one more look at my pocket watch as it starts to
133.
kick in.
Oh no.
And
I lean back against the wall, accepting what will likely be my inevitable doom.
as you all head off to sleep, you find yourselves awakening in an unfamiliar place. And yet, it feels all too familiar, as if it was a culmination of everything you've felt every time you've nodded off to sleep.
Whoa.
No, not anything. Right.
Here you are.
You know,
You climb down
Well,
from what appears to be an almost astral beanstalk into this centralized platform. A small trail of loose planks leads into what can only be described as another portal with an upside down clock and tower facing outwards from it. And another, a twisting of vines, leads to yet another portal, both of them with big beaming neon signs saying Bay Dreamland, Dream City, and one behind you saying Foxhill.
well, does anyone have any idea where it would be good to go?
Foxhill,
Well-
the place where the murder actually took place.
Um.
Keep in mind, you climbed down from the Foxhill one.
well,
Suppose Foxhill is likely where we will return when we leave this place, hopefully having learned something.
I have to say, this seems like an awful lot of trouble to solve one murder.
Well,
Many murder cases go unsolved for years.
this wizard wasn't exactly the most practical type.
You
No,
hear
I
in your
just felt
very
it
head
makes sense.
echoing, I can hear that, asshole!
Are you talking your
Oh.
sleep?
it seems the wizard is also monitoring us.
How else
Well-
am I supposed to take care of you? You.
Okay.
I'm glad he's at least going to try to watch out for us. I was afraid that we would be stuck in here, and if we didn't wake naturally, that we would be very screwed.
He did participate in the mind link ritual with the rest of us.
By the way,
Okay, well-
I'm sending you supplies if this works out. You watch as a shitty piece of parchment just falls in front of Meredith, just plop. On it is scrawled a map of what you're immediately looking at, which just says 2 Dream City, 2 Fate Dreamland, 2 Foxhill, with 3 shittily drawn arrows.
Love that.
Well, maybe the wizard knows where the best place for us to go to try to view his death would be.
Well-
And his name is Loisk, right? Loisk.
Yes.
Any ideas of where we might go if we wanted to view his final moments? That he
Probably to
remembers.
where he died.
Is that in one of these places in Dream City and
Oh, good question.
the
So
Dream
the
Wilds?
Dream City is probably where he came from or has some connection to his past would be my guess. The Fey Dreamland I have no idea, and Foxhill is where you came from, but there's no guarantee that going back that way will actually lead you out of here. It might just lead you to, well, his time in Foxhill. I really don't know. Dreamlands are confusing.
Can I? Or is this like a separate plane?
Yes.
Like, okay, so can I make like a knowledge planes check to like try and attempt to get?
Understand what's going on at all.
Yeah, like.
Sure. What specifically are you trying to figure out when you make this check?
Well, first of all, since we came from Foxhill, and like he hinted that maybe if we were to go back that way, we would see what our subject was doing there. How accurate is that assumption?
Make
Kind
a
of.
shot. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a long shot, but hey.
Go ahead and roll, and we'll see what you get.
Oh boy, nah, no way.
Honestly, you know, it could go either way.
Fantastic.
Very comforting. All right. Well, this is as good of an idea as I have. I'm willing to try going back to Foxhill. May mean we have to do the ritual again, but
Worst case, if we end up back in reality, at least we don't have to worry about never waking up again.
Wait,
true.
hold on. We just got here, and you're already going back?
Well,
Well, hopefully not.
the way
Foxhill
that it
could be the dream version of Foxhill.
Oh, dream.
Hope-
it just
Hopefully,
happened
we'll
to
be heading
be
over
that
to
our
where
sub
there's a Foxhill. Go ahead.
like we thought we were coming from Foxhill because that's where our conscious minds last were, right? So, but we're now looking at this through his mind. So, in order to visit his Foxhill where he died, we'd have to go to Foxhill, right?
That is what I suppose.
Your brains hurt.
You know, I'm realizing
This makes any sense.
Thinking.
we don't know the actual location of his death, do we? We just
Not
know where the body
necessarily.
was found.
You guys
But
don't
it
know where he
seems from-
died.
His body was found in a cemetery.
Although
Was
going to
was
where
he
he
ki-
lived, going to his version of where he lived for the past 2 years, is a good idea.
Look,
Do
we
you
had
know where he died, Luis? Luis just doesn't answer. All right, cool.
I'll take a fragment of an idea over no idea at all. With that, Thalia kind of triumphantly marches her way.
All right, you start climbing the beanstalk again.
Oh. Oh,
weirdly,
Put it down this
weirdly, you don't have. You start up on going on all fours, but you realize you can actually just walk it. And you start walking sideways up the beanstalk. And I think that is a good place to end it for the night. No.
Amen.
Yeah, I think that's good.
Yes.
All right, so we
Almost.
will pick back up here next time. It's been a pleasure having you guys with me tonight. Thank you to everyone who came out, and thank you to those who were donating towards the mayor's soup fund. Very important that he gets a critical soup success.
That is the most important thing, truly.
Yeah.
When is the next soup session?
That is important. That is important to figure it out. So
More soup.
we will probably be doing this every Friday for the foreseeable future at this time.
Oh boy.
And remember that once we do get enough donations, you guys will get your hero points and or bonus Dreamscape chance here.
Oh.
Have fun.
All right. But for now,
Your favorite player character. We already know your favorite NPC is Actually, we don't know who it is, but but you have two choices. You have two choices, realistically.
are you asking chat?
I
Well,
think
naturally.
we know who Chad's favorite NPC
We
is.
need to know who chat's favorite NPC and party
PC art?
members
Yeah,
are
true.
for, yeah.
We need to have a vote for that at some point. We got to
We
know
gotta
what chat's
know.
thinking. Chat, let us know. Anytime you feel like it, just feel free to contribute. We're all very interested in keeping you as involved as possible. But for now, I will see you guys next time. Until then, drink lots of water, check in on your friends, take care of yourselves, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for hanging out.